welcome to another episode of Little Cookers. I'm Tiger Posey with Communities and Schools. Today I have a guest that I've actually known for a while. What's your name?
My name is Erik Garcia and I go to Central Middle.
You go to Central Middle. And I've known Erik since what, maybe second grade or so?
Thanks.
It's been a while. He was a student at Moravian Falls as well. So we've got some history. He's a great guy and he wants to learn how to make some lasagna today. Now Erik does some cooking at home. He cooks. He's got two little sisters that he cooks for sometimes. He knows how to make quite a few dishes, so he is not a beginner in the kitchen. So today I'm going to give him a little bit more leeway. We're going to get through. I think he's got some knife skills, so we're going to be able to kind of breeze through this. So first thing we need to do, Erik, I've got our pot of water because we have to boil our noodles. So I've got our pot of water. It started to boil earlier. So I'm just going to kind of crank this back up and get this boiling again.
Right.
Once that boils, once that gets to a boil, we'll put our noodles in. We've got a mixture today. We're going to make a meat sauce for our lasagna. So we've got ground chuck and we've got pork sausage, okay? So we're going to kind of mix both of those. We're going to have a kind of a two meat sauce.
All
So
right.
what we're going to do is while that's heating back up, we're going to come over here and cook our meat. And then while that's cooking, we'll come over here and prepare these vegetables because a pasta sauce is a real easy way to sneak in some vegetables on your little sisters or something your mom might be able to do to you. Sneak in a few vegetables. So let's come over here. We're going to turn our heat on. Put it on medium high, about 7. We'll let that get hot. Shouldn't take long. This will be cranked back up in just a second. Now, when we put our meat in, we kind of want to season it up because this is just meat, right? So we'll add a little bit of salt and pepper once we get it in the pan.
Right.
And then we'll cook it off to where it's a nice brown. We'll drain off all that grease and stuff. You don't want that, right?
Yes.
Don't need that. So we'll drain all that off, get it ready to go. We'll add the meat into our sauce once we get the other ingredients in our pan. So I'm going to go ahead and just dump this in. If you want to grab that salt and pepper that we've got over there. Yep, in the bowls. Great. And then if you'll just add a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper, that'd be good. All right, one thing about TV. You got your back to the camera, man. We got to let everybody see what a good-looking young man you are. Put it out there. There you go. All right, now when I say pinch, you're just doing little things like that. I want you to grab kind of 2 fingers and the thumb. There we go. Same thing with your pepper. We want to be healthy. Little dose there. Good job. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you this spoon. We'll give it a second to kind of
Cook.
Yeah, kind of get the sizzling there. And I'll let you stir that around. I'm going to wash my hands since I just touched some of this meat.
All right.
That should be fired up whenever I get done. So, Erik, what are some things you enjoy doing when you're not attending school? What grade are you in, by the way?
I'm in 6th grade.
6th grade?
Yes,
All right,
I am.
so first year of middle school. How you like it?
Good.
Yeah?
Better than elementary.
Better than elementary school? Why's that?
We get more freedom than elementary.
Get more freedom?
Yes.
Great. What do you do with that freedom? You able to walk the halls, talk to folks, that kind of stuff?
We get plus time.
What's that?
And it's like we go outside for 30 minutes every after lunch. And we get to hang out for our friends. And we get to talk to them until 1:10, and then we start class over.
Okay, so you get a little bit of free time, just kind of hang out, decompress, talk with your friends, see what's going on with their day.
Yep.
That's cool. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to hold this pan. I want you to really get in there and start moving the hamburger down there. Yeah. That around, we want to get it nice even. Now, do you cook like this at home? You cook some hamburger and stuff like that when you make sauces? Do you do any of this at home, cooking everything like this? Yeah.
We just put some onions on top of it, so gives it kind of a taste.
Yeah, we're going to do some of that as well for our sauce. So we'll be doing that a little bit later. Once we get this meat cooked off, we'll do about the same thing for the vegetables. So Eric knows what he's doing here. This is great. Great to have somebody in the kitchen that knows what's going on. Young men out there, it is a good quality to have to know what you're doing in the kitchen. There are no guarantees you are going to find anybody down the line that knows what's going on in the kitchen. So learn it yourself, okay? Self-reliance, right, Eric?
Yes, sir.
That's right. That's right. All right, so our water is coming to a boil. Also, gentlemen, it's good to cook for moms sometime. Cook for the family. Show them what you got. It's a good way to give back to the family. So, I've got our lasagna noodles, our water is to a boil. I did salt the water. Go ahead and put these in, spread them out. Let those fall into the water, and then I'll recover it for just a few minutes. Let it get back to a boil, and then we'll uncover it because it will start to boil over. So Eric, what's your favorite thing about school? Favorite subject? We know you like that time after lunch to hang out with the friends.
Yep.
You have a favorite subject in school?
Yeah.
What you like?
Math.
Math. Why do you like math?
It's more funny than reading.
It's more fun than reading.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, I get a lot of that in here. I don't know what it is about reading. My mom was an English teacher, and well, no, I do know what it is about reading, man. It can be a little tough,
difficult
to get in there and get interested in some stuff, especially if it's things that you don't necessarily want to be reading, right?
Yes.
If you read for fun, do you read for fun?
Sometimes my mom makes me.
Yeah. Oh, so it's not really for fun.
Yeah, not really for fun.
Well, math, you know, that's good, man. We need math, don't we? All right, so I'm gonna get in here, toss it around, mash that up. All right. Starting to smell pretty good, huh?
Yes.
Alright, so we'll put this kind of in a nice little layer like this, and we'll let it cook for a second. Lay that spoon just there. So our water's come back to a boil here with the noodles in there. I'm going to move these around so they don't stick. We don't want them to stick. And with the noodles being very starchy,
And be apart.
yeah, you want them to kind of keep them apart. Because they'll stick, and then you'll have just a mess, and you'll try to pull them apart later, and it'll be...
They're gonna break.
Yeah, we don't want that, do we? What do you like to do outside of school, Eric?
Hang out with my friends and play soccer.
Hang out with your friends and play soccer?
Yes.
Those go on at the same time, or two different things?
At the same time.
Yeah. Same time? What position do you play with soccer?
Back defender.
What?
Back defender.
Back defender?
Yep.
Alright, so like a fullback?
Yes.
Great. Trying to keep people out of the goal, huh?
Yep.
Well, when I was growing up and I played soccer, I was the one running straight at you. I was the forward. I was the center forward striker. So
There's a
you and
more
I would've-
difficult person.
Yeah, go ahead and stir that up. You and I would have clashed a little bit, maybe, back in the day. But I'm an old man now. Can't keep up. Alright, so our noodles are going to take about 10 minutes or so. Looks like our meat is getting close to being done. I've got my oven preheated at 375 degrees. We will be, once we build our lasagna, we'll be moving it into the oven. That's good. All right, so we are going to finish up here, getting this prepared. Once we get back, we will show you what we're going to do with our vegetables, kind of sneak those in, and we will start building the sauce, and then once that's complete, we will put together our lasagna. So we'll see you back here in just a minute. Welcome back to Little Cookers, Tiger Posey with Communities and Schools. We've got Erik Garcia here from Central Wilkes Middle School. So, we've finished cooking off our ground beef and pork mixture. Our noodles are mostly cooked. They'll finish cooking off in the lasagna. They're loose. So what we're going to do now is keep these things from sticking together. We've drained them and we've rinsed them, but we don't want them to stick together while they're kind of chilling here. So I've sprayed this large dish with some non-stick spray. So Erik, if you'll just kind of help me pull these things out, and we'll lay them so they're not laying on top of each other, and see how they're kind of sticking. We don't want that to happen. Boom. Go. I'm gonna move this around here. There you go. All right. So while we're doing everything else, these guys, whoo, that's hot, man. And just kind of set them out. Hot. Hot, hot. I'm gonna get some more spray.
On top, maybe.
Alright, just a few left here. Those things get pretty hot, don't they, Erik?
Yes, they do.
Boom. Done. Alright. And then I'll just move these off to the side. We'll use those in just a little bit. Alright, so what we've done here, as Erik moves we drained off our fat. Now you don't want to put the fat down the drain and get into the water system. So we put it in this measuring cup. You can set it out for the day or night or whatever. And you don't want to set it out for the night if you've got cats, because they will find it. But you don't want to just dump this hot oil or grease into the thing.
Water.
So we're going to let it solidify because it's fat, right?
Yep.
So I'm going to put it in the refrigerator. And we'll discard that later. All right, so now what we're gonna do is try to sneak in some vegetables on our little sisters, on our family, that kind of stuff. So the best way to do that is to disguise them. So we're gonna cut up our things real small. Now we've already washed and peeled these carrots. Erik, what do we need to do first with these carrots, you think?
Take the top of it.
Take the top off. You want big knife, small knife?
No, small knife.
You want a small knife? There you go. All right, so Erik's gonna take the tops of them off. And then I want you to kind of cut them into, I don't know, make them about, about an inch or so, inch and a half. And then we're going to move them to the food processor and cut them down real small. So if you'll just cut them, once you get that done, about there. Okay?
All right.
All right. And with celery, we want to get out these nasty strings and ribs. So I'm going to cut off the ends. It's like he's cutting off the ends of the carrots. I'm going to cut off the ends of the celery. Cut them in half. Easier to work with. And then I'm going to turn it here. And I'm going to pull the ribs out. That's where all the strings are. They get stuck in your teeth and get all gross. We don't like that, right? You don't need to be picking celery strings out of your teeth, do you?
Nope.
Nope. All right.
They're
so
done.
you want to try? I'm going to bring you a couple. So what you'll do is kind of hold it up here. Nice and easy. Kind of get your knife in there a little bit, and then you can just pull.
All right.
Okay? Let you do that. There you go. I just kind of pull it up. Very nice. Very nice. No strings in the teeth. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the carrots, we're going to add some celery, and we're going to add some onion. We're going to process it in a little food processor, little small countertop one. You don't have to have anything huge. We're just going to have to do it in some batches. And then we'll move it over here to the pan. We'll get these things soft, and we'll add our meat into the mixture. Once that stuff gets soft, we'll add our crushed tomatoes. We'll add our tomato sauce and our tomato paste. We'll add our garlic, and we've got some Italian herbs there that we'll add in. So we're going to make us a nice little sauce. Then we'll have to make up a cheese mixture. We'll use ricotta cheese. We'll add a little bit of something to that. And then we start the layering process. So I'm going to cut these up just a bit smaller. Eric, if you'll do the same thing to those. This out of the way. Tell you what, just toss it back in there. And I am going to let you do the onion.
All right.
What you know about onions?
Gotta take the cover of it.
Yeah, you gotta take the cover off of it. You enjoy cutting onions?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yep.
How much experience do you have with onions? You want to use the big knife for that?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't blame you. All right, so since we're gonna put this in the food processor, I just want you to cut it up into some nice workable sized chunks. And we will move it over there. So hopefully we won't cry too much today. We don't want to get caught crying on TV.
Nope.
No, never live that down, will we? So that's got some funky stuff on it, man. Let's get this. Let's peel it all the way back. See that?
Yep.
We'll go ahead and get that through that layer. There we go. Soft. That's too small, man. I just want chunks. Watch this.
Chunks.
Yep, we'll go once, long ways. Boom, boom.
All right.
That's what we'll do. Toss it in there. So we'll do the same thing for this. See where that's soft and kind of gross. Yep, pull that off. Cut that end off. Go. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna move this over to the food processor and I'll get it started. Mushrooms, what I want you to do, we've got these portobello mushrooms. We've cleaned them, we've taken the stem off, and if you will just go through this, because you said you like mushrooms, right?
Yep.
So we'll just go through. I want you just to kind of cut them in half for me, all right? Move them over to the side. I'll get this started, and then I'll come back for those, and we'll move everything over to the pot where we'll be making our sauce. So Eric, what are some other things you like to do, man?
Just.
You got soccer. Who's your soccer team? You got a soccer team that you pull for?
Yep.
Who?
Barca.
Oh, all right. So that's Messi. You're a Messi fan, huh?
Yep, and Neymar.
All right, and Neymar. Yeah, that's right. Got a great team. I like the English Premier League. I'm an Arsenal fan. We are not doing well at all. But you're at the top of your league, aren't you? Why are you crying?
The onions.
Huh?
The onions.
Sad? Oh,
Nah.
Barcelona makes me sad too.
Yeah, it was onions.
Got all those hats, man. You're fast. All right. Got that. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. You gonna put those mushrooms in there for me? Transfer this into there. You can use that spoon if you need to.
There we go.
Very nice. Put that back. All right, you want to come over here and do this next round, I guess. So this goes on here, lock down. That goes there, lock down. Put you some in there. All right, so welcome back to Little Cookers. As you can tell, with our little food processor, we had to do several of our trips into that thing to get our vegetables minced up so that we can hide them in our sauce. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start making this sauce, Eric. We're going to come over here to the stove. We're going to get it cranked up. We're going to first put in some olive oil. We'll let that get hot. Then we're going to put in our vegetables, let them get all nice and soft. We'll put our meat in there with it for just a couple of minutes, stir that around, and then we'll start putting in our tomatoes, okay? We've got our crushed tomatoes, we've got our tomato sauce and our tomato paste. When we put in the tomatoes, we'll add the garlic and our herbs. These are just some Italian herbs. And then we'll let our sauce thicken up, kind of come together. And while that's doing that, we'll make our cheese mixture for our lasagna. And then we'll be almost ready to build that thing, and then we can work on the salad while it's in the oven, all right, so let's head on over. If you'll take this for me, I'm going to step around to the far side over here next to our pot, and I'm going to put it on like medium-high heat. And what I'm going to do first is we're going to let this olive oil go in, and I've got about a tablespoon and a half of olive oil. Move that there. We'll let it get hot and it'll kind of change. See how, if you look at your oil, I'll give you a little hint on how to tell if your oil is ready. If you look at it, see how it's just kind of slowly moving across there?
Yep.
Once it heats up, it'll get kind of a shimmer, all right? So it'll kind of shine on top. It won't bubble. We don't want it to bubble. It won't bubble unless we throw some water in there or something to cook it with, some moisture. But it'll start to move a little bit faster and it'll have a little shimmer to it, all right? You may start to see some heat or a little thin smoke coming up. That's kind of what we want, all right? That's when we know our olive oil is ready to go, yeah. So that'll take just a second. When we put our vegetables in, we want to season those with a little bit of salt and pepper. So we'll go at that with just a little pinch like we did last time with our 2 fingers and thumb, right? Yeah. So we're getting there. If you'll go ahead and grab the salt and pepper so it'll be ready for us, that'd be good. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and add this. I think we're there. What do you think? How's that? Is that oil?
Yep. I think so.
Smells good, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Hear that little sizzle there?
It's warm enough.
Yeah, it's warm enough. That's right. So we've got our vegetables run through the food processor to make them small. Now they'll cook down even smaller, get softer once we add the tomatoes and the meat and the cheese and all that. Kids aren't going to be able to tell if you've got vegetables in there, you know? You just add a little bit. It's sneaky, but it's legal. So let's go.
You want to the pot, put the salt ready?
Yeah, salt and pepper. That's a good pinch, good. Very nice. All right, so if you'll just stir those around, get them coated with the oil, get them in there. We don't want them to stick to the bottom of the pan. All right, you see all that steam escaping? That's all the moisture that's in those vegetables. They'll cook down, they'll be soft. All right.
Smells pretty good too.
Yeah, it does smell good, right? So when you're starting, usually in an Italian dish, carrots, celery, onions are 3 of the main things that you want to start with. And then you'll add your tomatoes and that kind of stuff. But this is really kind of what makes Italian food. So it's a nice little base to start with. And like I said, it's sneaky. You can sneak some vegetables in. So what we'll do now while this stuff is cooking off, that's doing very well. We've got the heat up kind of right where we need it. I'll tell you what, Eric, if you want to go ahead and maybe grab those Italian spices, Italian herbs that we've got there, the dried ones. No, we'll keep the basil.
Okay, right.
Basil, yeah, the dried stuff.
And that's all?
Yeah, come on over here. I've got about 2 tablespoons or so of this. What we're going to do, Eric, is we don't want to add too much. You can always add more later. You can never take it out once you add to it, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to make big pinches. So I want you to use, see how I've got there? That's about a tablespoon. So we're going to add 1 tablespoon first. And I want you to mix that around in there for me. That smells pretty good, huh?
Yep. Right there's.
All right. Now, if you'll go ahead, this is starting to get pretty soft. All that stuff's getting soft. If you'll go ahead and grab that meat. Both the things in meat that we've got. Right into the pot.
Into the pot.
Very nice. So, if somebody was wanting to make a pasta, here, let everybody see, man. There you go. If you want to, if we didn't want meat in our pasta sauce, you know, we could still use these carrots, mushrooms, celery, all that good stuff. You could add even more vegetables. You got your tomatoes, all that stuff.
They won't even realize.
No.
Put them in there. Pretty smelly.
Smells good, huh?
Yep.
All right. Okay. So we'll let this kind of marry up for a few minutes. I'll move this over the sink. We'll keep this out. We've got our heat going. I'm going to turn the heat down just a little bit, Eric.
All right.
Turn down to medium heat, and I'm going to cover it. All right? We'll keep this over here. And then we're going to come back over and we're going to get out the ingredients for our cheese mixture that we're going to make. The ricotta cheese mixture that will go in as a layer with our lasagna. So we will see you guys back in just a minute. We'll add our tomatoes, our garlic. We'll get this pasta sauce ready to rock and roll along with our cheese sauce. Welcome back to Little Cookers. Tiger Posey. We got Eric from Central Middle with us today. Eric is a soccer fan. He likes math, not so much reading. He likes to hang out with his friends. His favorite part of the day at middle school is right after lunch, right? When you get your little free time. The thing he likes about middle school is the extra freedom that he has. So I think that's what a lot of kids that come up from the elementary school and the middle school, that little taste of freedom is a good thing, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. All right, so what we're going to do now is we've got our pot over here with our vegetables that are softened, and we move our meat into that sauce as well. So what we're going to do now is we've got to add our tomato element. So we've got our crushed tomatoes. Eric, if you'll take those over there, I'm going to go ahead and grab, and you'll take the paste too, that'd be good. I'll grab the sauce and the garlic, and we'll move over here and we'll add those into our sauce. So Eric, what we want to do, you want to turn, make sure everybody can see you and what we're doing. So what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and add the crushed tomatoes. Just add those right in there. And scrape that bowl.
There we go.
Alright, I'll take that. And then if you want to add the sauce, then go ahead and stir that in.
All right.
Yeah, get it blended in there, good. I'm going to come behind you and add a little bit of garlic. Alright.
Is that enough? Thanks.
Yep, that's good. Alright, so now if you'll add your sauce, just regular tomato sauce. Gonna add just a pinch of salt for you. And a little pinch of pepper. Stirred. I'm gonna add another little pinch of this. We'll wait. We'll taste it first,
Okay.
and then we'll see what we need. So if you wanna, right behind you, there's probably in one of those drawers. There's a little spoon, I think maybe. If you wanna find you a little spoon to taste with, yeah, that'll work.
This one?
Yep, that works. All right, get you just a little taste out of there. We want to see how we're doing so far. We want to find out what kind of flavors we're dealing with.
Okay.
Good?
That's pretty good.
You think? All right.
Try it.
I will try it. Is there another spoon in here? Oh, there's a fork. Yeah. That's rock and roll, man. Woo! So's that. Sorry about that, guys, if I just deafened anyone out there. Didn't mean to whoop. So now we'll add some of that paste. Don't add all of it. Let's add about half of it.
I think that would be more.
Maybe a little bit more. All right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add just a little bit of water to that, Eric.
All right.
Quarter cup. Go. Yeah, get that all mixed in there. See how that paste is kind of thick and sticks there? Yeah, mix that all in there.
Right there.
Very nice. All right, we're going to turn this on low to simmer. All right, we'll come back in and check on it in a little bit. We're going to leave it uncovered, and we'll see what we think. Yeah, let's take this spoon out because we'll leave it in there, that metal spoon. We'll go to grab it. We'll forget that it's been sitting in there, and we'll burn our hand, and then we'll have to use the beep button. All right, where are you going to be? Right here? All right. What's up, dishwasher? All right. What we're going to do now is we're going to work on our ricotta mixture. Ricotta is a nice, smooth, creamy cheese. All right. So I'm just going to we've got us, I think this is 28 ounces. Put that in there. We want to get it really creamy, and we want some flavor to this, okay? Because that's kind of bland. Let me get you, I'm going to clean off your spoon here, and I want you to taste that. Just kind of taste what it's like by itself. All right, there you go. Just a nice little bit, yeah.
Plain?
Creamy? Plain, right? We don't want just plain old ricotta cheese in there, do we? We want to add some flavors. So I'll take that from you, and we'll put this in the sink. What we're going to do is, these are basil leaves. These are fresh basil leaves. So what I want you to do is, if you will, pull the leaf off just like this, okay? I want to get all these leaves off if we can.
All right.
All right, I'm going to grab the garlic from back here. And some more of our Italian seasoning. So with this cheese, as with anything, we kind of want to season it. I'm just going to use a small pinch of salt. And
Is that good?
a small pinch of pepper. Yeah, once you get all those leaves off, we want to put them all together in a little bunch.
All right.
I'm going to show you what we're going to do with this. You can toss that stuff in the trash. All right, with our basil leaves, you smell how that smells good, doesn't it?
Yes, it
It
does.
smells real good. All right, so what we're going to do is, slide over just a second. I'm going to give you. Keep your fingers out of the way, okay? Hold your knife like this, and we're just going to kind of keep your point down. You know, like the paper cutters at school? That's what you want to do. You just want to kind of keep it back and forth. Got it?
All right.
And then we'll move, and then you just kind of keep pushing it through. All right?
I'll try.
See what you got. Hold your fingers right there.
Right there?
Yeah, there you go. Feel how much control you got over that now? There you go. There
That
you
one.
go. All right, now what we'll do is we'll just get it back into another pile, like that. Wrist down. See, I'm holding the knife there. Thumb on that side. You got control of it. You can just smash it down. Keep it all together. Smash it down. We're making small little pieces.
All right. The same one like you did it?
Yeah, man, you got it. Well, are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm left-handed.
Oh, well then go at it with your leg, whatever you're comfortable with. There you go. Just be sure to keep those fingers out of the way. My CPR is in first aid. I'm up to date on that, but I don't want to have to use it.
Think that'll be enough?
I think that's good. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to mix in that fresh basil. You're going to go ahead and toss it in here.
The whole thing?
Yeah. And I'm going to add what's left of the garlic, okay?
All right.
It's about a tablespoon. All right. What we want to do is we're going to get you in here, and I want you to just kind of work this around. I want a nice, even texture. Make it look like everything's kind of mixed in there real well together and evenly, okay?
All right.
Get in there and work it. Use those muscles, man. There you go. See that clump right there? There you go. All right, that fresh basil is going to bring a nice, light, fresh flavor to it. Our dried herbs are good, but they, once they're dried out, you don't need very much. They're pretty potent. So always remember, if you're using dried herbs or whatever, you don't want to use near as much as you would a fresh herb. Looks good. Looks good. All right. So we've got that. Do you want to taste this now? Let me get your spoon again. See if you notice a difference.
All right. Kind of salty.
Kind of salty. All right. So we got a little salt. Then what else? How's that basil taste in there?
Creamy.
Creamy. All right. And then you got the garlic. Can you taste the garlic in there?
Yeah, when you bite it.
Yeah. Can you taste the basil, the green stuff in there? Can you taste kind of?
Kinda.
Kinda. All right.
Yep.
Good. All right. That's what we want. So with that, do you want to add any of these dried herbs or anything like that into your mixture? It's up to you.
A little bit, maybe.
A little bit? Sure. Put yourself a little pinch in there. There you go. Mix it around. I'm going to check on our sauce over here, okay, while you're getting that mixed in. All right, Eric. This is looking really good. I'm going to let you come over here and taste this in just a minute as soon as you get that done. And we'll be ready to build our lasagna. Oven is preheated at 375 degrees already, okay?
Okay.
So once we get it built, we'll actually cover it with some aluminum foil. And since everything is pretty much cooked, our noodles and everything, it only takes about 25 minutes or so in the oven. And then, of course, we'll have to let it cool. But while that's cooking, we'll make our salad, okay?
All right.
Salad and garlic bread. All right, great. All right, that looks good. I want you to go over here and I want you to taste your sauce.
Tastes better.
Tastes better? Tastes
Yep.
good? All
Yeah,
right.
very good.
Great, great. You've done a great job. So if you want to come back over here, we'll tell these folks we'll be right back. You want to tell them we'll be right back?
We'll be right back. I don't know how to say it.
Welcome back to Little Cookers. I'm Tiger. This is Eric. We are making lasagna today. So we have our meat sauce prepared. We've got our noodles done. We've got our ricotta cheese mixture. And here we've got our mozzarella and Parmesan cheese mixture. Now the thing about a lasagna is it's layered. So you have to build it up. Okay?
All right.
So what we start with is you want to put some of your meat sauce on the bottom. So I want to kind of get this on the bottom here because the noodles, if we just put them directly on the bottom, what do you think would happen, Eric?
They're gonna stick.
Yeah, it's gonna stick, right? So now we want to we got our meat sauce here. I've got it spread into a nice, even layer. Now, what do you think goes next?
The pasta.
The pasta goes next. So what we're gonna do is I want you to start layering up the pasta. So let's see. We'll take one here. Oh, look at that. Gosh, it fits right across like a glove. So I want you just kind of, and then see how the ridges, kind of see if you can fit those right on top of the other ridges. Yeah, there you go. Boom, just fit it right on top there. There you go. Just like that. See how they kind of
go
right
together
there. Yep.
right there.
Yeah, that works.
They'll put another one.
No, I think that'll work just like that. Kind of mash it down where we've got it nice and even. All right, then next we'll go with our ricotta cheese mixture. Now, with this, you've got the noodles down there and they'll kind of slide, but what we want to do is nice and easy. I'm just going to kind of put a couple of dollops here. And then we just kind of want it nice and easy. You gotta be, it's firm, but it's soft. Does that make sense?
And gentle.
Be gentle, exactly. Just kind of spread it out over your noodles there. Very good. Looks good.
Right.
Keep it going. Yeah, you want to do it all the way across. Yes, sir. You've got some thick, yeah, you got some that you can spread out there. Very nice. So after we finish this, do you think you'll be able to remember these steps so you can make one of these at home?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Grab your and get you some more out of there. So Eric, what do you think you want to do when you get older?
Be a state trooper.
You want to be a state trooper?
Yeah.
That's cool.
There we go. That enough?
Huh? That is enough. All right, so next what we're going to do is we'll grab our handful of cheese and we just kind of want to
rinse it out.
Yep, just right across there. Now you can go kind of off the noodles with this, right? Because cheese is good. So you can just kind of, little layer there. Good job. So what about being a state trooper is cool to you? What makes you want to be a state trooper?
The speed. And
speed?
Yeah.
Oh. And you get to speed and it's allowed. If you're in pursuit though, right? You can't just go around
random
speed up. Place. Yeah, randomly speeding through town. I don't think they like that too much.
Nope.
All right, so we've gone through these one time, right? So we start back over. Right, we've got our meat sauce, and then we'll go noodles, and then we'll go ricotta, and then we'll go mozzarella. And we should have enough for at least one more layer here, it looks like.
Right here.
Yes, sir. You getting hungry yet?
Kinda.
It's making me hungry. All right, you're up. Start with this side since we started that side last time. There you go. Yep.
Don't we put
Yeah,
three
you can
right?
get you another one on there. Go ahead.
Right here.
Yeah. All right, what's next?
Put some dots of the circle.
Ricotta cheese. Very good. All right, so we're going to finish up building our lasagna. We are going to, once we get it built, we're going to cover it. And so when you cover it, what you want to do is we'll cover it with aluminum foil, and we'll actually spray some nonstick spray on that so that it doesn't stick to the cheese that's at the top. If you don't have nonstick, you still want to cover it, but you want to keep that aluminum foil from sitting on top of the lasagna. So we'll get that built. We'll get it put in the oven, and then we'll show you before we put it in the oven so you can see what it looks like. Then we'll put it in the oven, and we will make our salad. So we'll see you guys back with a fresh built lasagna.
Welcome back. We're here with Ms. Tiger and Eric.
Very good. This is Little Cookers. All right, so we have our lovely lasagna that has been built. We've got the oven preheated to 375 degrees. We have our aluminum foil that has been sprayed with nonstick so that the cheese will not stick to it. Eric, we're going to go ahead and cover that up. Like so. Wrap it around there nice and tight. And I'm going to move this. Actually, Eric, if you'll grab that, I'll open up the oven for us, and we'll put that in there. This needs to go in the oven for about 25 minutes. We'll check it at 25 minutes and see how we're doing. So Eric, come on over here. There you go, right in. Yep, top right there. 375 degrees. We're going to put a timer for 25 minutes. And oops. Maybe. And we'll keep our eye on it for 25 minutes. You guys got our time for us back here? Good, great. They've got our time for us. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna make a salad. We've got romaine lettuce here. All right. What kind of lettuce is that? Romaine. We've had this issue before with Wilkes Central students. They don't know how to say romaine. Romaine. If I ask you again, what's it gonna be called?
Romaine.
Gracie, that one's for you. Romaine lettuce. All right, so romaine lettuce here, and then we're gonna make our own salad dressing to go with it, okay? So what we wanna do is it's already been washed. I'm gonna just take the end of it there, and I've still got a hold of it. See how I still have a hold of that, Eric? I'm gonna get rid of this. You're gonna grab it where my hand is, you're gonna hold on to it. You're left-handed, right?
Yes.
Okay. So if you're left-handed, we're going to flip it this way. You're going to hold it with your right hand. Left hand is where you're going to have your knife. And then I want you to go about every inch, so about there. Yeah. I want you to go down and just kind of slice it up. There you go. I'm going to grab a bowl for that to go into, okay? All right. Hey, look, man, it is counting down. We did something right. It's not bad. I'm going to step around you here. And I'm going to grab this out of the way. Good job keeping those fingers out of the way. That makes me happy. Not losing any.
Let me cut.
Good. All right, Eric, while you finish that, we're also going to make some garlic bread today. So I have our leftover garlic container that has a little bit of our garlic in there, and I put some butter right in there so we don't have to clean another dish. So I'm going to move this to the microwave, I'm gonna microwave it a few rounds, just kind of let this butter melt, and then we'll have our garlic butter for our bread. Welcome back to Little Cookers. Tiger Posey with Eric from Central Wilkes Middle School. All right, so we've got our greens cut, our lasagna is in, our garlic butter is done. We're gonna make our own salad dressing. You know, we pay a lot of money in the grocery store for salad dressings, and they're actually very easy things to make. So what we're gonna do is today we're gonna make a strawberry vinaigrette for our salad. So what we're gonna start with is our oil. Let's see, Eric, will you grab that out of the bottom, our measuring cup, just to see how much we've got in here? I think we've probably got about a quarter of a cup. But let's check just to make sure. Oh no, a little shy. We got about an eighth of a cup. So what we'll do is we'll add a little bit more. Grab some olive oil here. And we can get us up to about a quarter of a cup there. All right. So we'll put our oil in. We're going to go right into our little processor that we chopped all our vegetables up in. Oil will go in there. That's just olive oil. And then we've got our vinegar. This is red wine vinegar.
Yes.
And we've got a little over a quarter cup. We've got about a third cup of the vinegar. That's going to go in there. And then we've got strawberry jam. All right. So what I'm going to do is I don't want to add too much of this because we can always add more, right? We don't want it too sweet. So I'm going to add 1 spoonful, and then if we need more, we can add more. There we go. And then once again, just a little pinch of salt, pinch of pepper, and then we'll move it back here to our spot here. Hopefully that's going to go on. There we go. That's in. We're going to lock this on. There we go. Go low. Now, one thing I want to say about salad dressings, oil and vinegar, they don't mix too well. So, you want to continue to pulse it and blend it. Really get that emulsified. We'll bring it over here. Eric, if you want to get, if you want to rinse off that spoon there.
This one?
Yeah. Because we'll need to taste it. We want to make sure that our salad dressing is good. And the only way we know how to do that is by taste.
Yeah.
Right. So if you just want to dip your spoon in there and get you a little taste of that.
Pretty good.
Is it?
Kind of salty.
Kind of salty. So what do we need to balance that? We need a little more sweet?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'll add just a little, I'll add the rest of what we got in there. Not all of it. Put the lid back on. Try that.
A little bit more.
A little bit more?
Yeah.
All right. I'm just going to use my finger there. It's clean. All right, you want to put the lid on there and finish that off.
That good?
Looks like it. Where's your spoon? I'll rinse it off.
Rinse.
And yeah.
Good.
Good? Rock and roll. We had everything maybe out correctly then. All right, so what we're going to do now, we'll pull this off. Take that out of there. And we've got our salad dressing. Done. Nice. All right. So, strawberry vinaigrette for our salad. Now, next what we want to do is get our garlic bread done. So I have microwaved the butter with our leftover garlic. So we've got a nice little garlic butter. Erik, I'm going to get this out of the way. We'll bring our cutting board there. I'm going to put that down on our cutting board. What I want us to do is we'll grab a bread knife. It's got the serrated edge. And what we'll do is, I'm just going to give us some nice little slices of bread. How thick do you like yours?
Not very thick.
Not very thick? All right, so there we go. All right. And you can use bread that's already sliced, however you want to do it. We just got, this was a good deal there at the bakery, at the grocery store, so we went ahead and got us a little bit of bread that we could slice nice and fresh. Cool thing about bread like this, did you see how it was big and round like that? If you've got chili or something, a soup like that, you can cut out the top of that and you can use it as a bowl. So you'd be able to you'd be able to scoop out some of the bread that's in the middle there and be able to put your chili in. So you can use bread as a bowl. All right, Erik, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this bread, I'm just going to kind of line it up here. And if you will, take this butter and our paintbrush and just kind of, it's probably, nice. And so you just take that and brush it across the top of our bread. Let it get down in there in those cracks. We've got a lot. I want you to use it all, okay? That's gonna be good bread, good buttery garlic bread. We'll need this bread to sop up all the good sauce and cheese with our lasagna. So Erik's going to finish putting on the final touches to our bread. What we're going to do is the last maybe 5 minutes or so that our lasagna is in the oven, we're going to add our bread to a baking sheet and crust it up, get a nice little crisp on it, and we should be about ready to eat whenever we get back. So we'll see you soon. Hope you're hungry. Welcome back to Little Cookers. We have our lasagna, and it is bubbling, and it is beautiful, and this would be enough to make Garfield roll over in his cat bed. So, good stuff here. We've got our garlic bread, and we've got our salad with our homemade strawberry vinaigrette. Erik, what do you think so far?
Smells really good.
It does smell really good. It looks like you did a pretty great job. Now we have to get into actually tasting it. Now let's see if this thing holds together. Probably needs to sit for a minute and just kind of cool. So let's do that because we just pulled this out a couple minutes ago. It's still bubbling. So we kind of maybe want it to firm up for a minute. So what we're going to do is we'll go ahead, we'll fix our plates. That'll be for our lasagna and garlic bread, and we'll do us some salad over here. You saw me wash my hands. I got clean hands.
Yeah.
Trust me, just kind of go in there and get you a little bit of salad there. All right. A little bit of salad here. Is that enough for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy can go back in. I'll get a little for me here. The great thing about lasagna is once it's cooked and you can hold on to the leftovers for a few days, it just gets better and better and better the way that everything just kind of comes together. So what we'll do is we got our salads here, maybe a little dressing. So I will use, I'm just going to pour just a little on here. Okay, a little for you. Lovely. Boom. Put that here. All right, so what we'll do now is if you want to load us up with a piece of garlic bread, that'd be good.
Right here?
Yeah, just right there on the side there. And I'll get it this side of the way because we may have. There. Go. Bread out of the way. That was hot. All right. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to let you cut our lasagna. Okay? So I'm going to hold the pan. And what you want to do is you kind of want to go straight down and give us a line all the way across, right? And then we can cut it into little squares. Okay? So give us one line. We don't want to cut the whole thing right now. Just give us one line here. Okay?
All right.
Yeah. Go down. Got.
Like that.
Yep. Gotta get through that cheese. Good. All the way down. Very nice. Look at that. Now, however, maybe we can get 3 pieces out of that right there. Cut it into thirds. Very good. Nice. Good job, man. Now what we'll do is I'm just gonna come here, get in there where your piece was. Yum! That looks good, man. Not bad for our first lasagna, huh?
Nope.
Same thing here. A little bit of a mess. Never hurt anybody. You want more?
No, I'll be fine with that one.
You fine with that?
Yep.
All right, so here we go. Fork for you. Get my salad, my dish and salad over here. I'm gonna move this out of the way. I'm gonna push it forward so everybody can watch us. Hopefully, enjoy this lasagna dish. All right. All right. So, well, bon appetit, man. Cheers to you. Let's go. See what we're working with. It's gonna be hot. Dude,
Pretty good.
very good. Very good. Very excited about that. Now let's try, I'm gonna try our salad with our dressing here. It's a good vinaigrette.
Yep.
Nice and light.
You can even taste the vinegar with it.
Yeah, you can, can't you? It's pretty good. Not bad at all. All right, well, another episode of Little Cookers Down. We got some unbelievable garlic bread. Great lasagna from this kid, Erik. I mean, who would have thought this was his first ever lasagna? Got a nice dressing with our, what kind of lettuce is that?
That's what it is.
Well, Central Middle School, are you kidding me? Romaine lettuce.
Romaine. Oh, it's
Romaine
feeling like
lettuce.
Miss Romaine.
All right, we're gonna have to pull a pop quiz on the middle school here on types of lettuces. All right, so we got great lunch, great dinner. You'll be eating off of this for days. Maybe we can feed some of these camera guys. Who knows? Thank you for joining us at Little Cookers. From myself, Tiger, and Erik, we'd like to thank you. We'll see you again next time. Remember, communities and schools, we'd love to have you as a volunteer. I'm Tiger Posey with Communities and Schools, host of Little Cookers on channel 815 River Street TV. We'd love to have you as a volunteer with us. We've got lots of students in our community that could use a lunch buddy, a mentor, a reading partner, somebody to help them get their homework done. Our mission at Communities and Schools is to surround students with a community of support, empowering them to stay in school and achieve in life. And we need your help to do that. So, if you'd like to volunteer, please reach out, 336-651-7830, or tiger@cisnwnc.org. Thank you.